Hello, Mac. Hello, Uncle John. And hello to everybody there on the stream. Hello, and Happy New Year, Steve. You guys made it. Hello, Hakan.
Hello.
Thank you. I'm on gate 10. I think Hakan said he's on gate 9, so I don't know where you others are, but just follow the lead in the room.
I'm on the runway right now.
Okay, you're already gone. Okay.
Because 5 Zulu, okay?
Yeah, whatever. You enjoy yourself.
No, I'm going to wait a little bit.
Okay, as long as you don't bother somebody. I'm just checking. I see, let me stream here in Discord as well. I've got 2 Charlie. So Zibo contacted me earlier and he said I must not stream. He asked me if I stream, I must wait, you know. So there we go. There's 2 Charlie now. It's got the updated stuff from Twkster. Let me actually go do this changelog thing again. Where is it? Oops, that's going to take more than just a copy and paste. Let me just make a text file quickly. Copy it there. Zibo changelog.
Are you online, Nico?
I will be shortly. I'm just busy setting up. I ran a bit late today. Just get all the stuff here. Oh, that's actually the better changelog. Got the right one now. Updated flight model by Twkster and fixed bugs, descent after, top of descent, out, acquired, etc., etc. So let's copy this, copy, save, paste, and we can just pin it. Come on, pin. What's your problem? Pin. A stupid heart. Huh, I don't want to let me pin at all. Why? I can pin the Happy New Year from Steve, but I cannot pin my own message. How ridiculous is that? Refresh the page. They must have an intern working at YouTube doing this now. Messed up the code. Now I can pin it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right. Okay. So we are at Wellington and I need to quickly file on my VAO and then I can go online and then we're going to fly to Auckland. Looks like I've got flight level 310. What did you get, Hakan?
310.
Okay. YouTube. Okay.
This place is wonderful, Nico.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's
nice. Copy. Okay. Then I want to put another link in here. Hello, Andrew. Yes, I do. There it is. I was just about to post it. There's the link. Yeah, I've got some friends and family there, and they all told me they're not coming back. Yeah, so it must be super. There you go. So that is the link to the latest better pushback. I tested it before I made my post in the Zibo Pilots group on Facebook as well, because initially for the last couple of releases of this utility, it gave me a crash to desktop. So nothing I did could make it work. It was just, broken. And so today I played with it. You'll see, look, I played nicely with it. I made myself a proper pushback route. So it's working. And the nice thing about it is you can see they fixed the fuselage as well. And it's kind of interesting if you read their post. One of the guys contacted me the other day and he asked me, can we update the ACF? And he actually gave me an updated aircraft file for the Zibo. So I spoke to Twkster, and Twkster said, no ways, we can't put that stuff in there. It's going to interfere with the flight model and all. And I see what these guys did was they've got their own ACF file. So when it detects one of the aircrafts with an ACF file issue, it uses a substitute one, and then it draws it correctly on the screen. I think that's brilliant. The guys did a brilliant job there.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged, call me through when you're ready.
I was having fun, Steve. You know, drunk or not, school. Just having fun. Okay, so that's done. Linda is not with me. Sorry?
I'm on gate 16.
Okay. I shall connect now. Let me just quickly make sure I did file it and it's done. Yeah.
Don't forget to start your ACARS.
No, sir. ACARS is running already. I've gotten into quite a habit with it. Are you actually connected already? I don't see you. No, I'm sure you'll pop up somewhere there. Let's get cracking. So it's sunrise here. What the heck of a time zone difference, man. That's sufficient. Right, that's all taken care of. Let's see if we've got the correct weights and stuff, then we can start loading the packs. 168, 1.6, 6.9. There you go, you do your thing.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Alright, I see the coordinates here on this map is completely messed up, so I'm not even worried about it. ILS runway 23 on finals. Slipped. Hello, Piotr.
You doing 50 or 20, Vicar?
20, sir.
Nico,
Yes, Hakan.
310 allot. 270 is okay.
Is it? What do you mean a lot? Is it bumping you around or what?
No, when you reach to 310, immediately descending will
Ground
come.
flight deck, fuel is all loaded up. and
Okay.
you
So
are
we'll
good
have to
to go.
climb like heck.
Yeah, it depends on you. A recommendation from my side.
Gotcha. No, appreciate it. I'm gonna stick to the 310. Let's see, and then you can always say, "Oh, he didn't want to listen to me."
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I didn't. You
But
did.
I have obtained experience.
You see. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I saw a meme on Facebook the other day. The guy made this big plate of bacon. And he starts the meme at the top and he says, bacon is good for you. And at the bottom he writes there, now you can tell your friends you read somewhere that bacon is good for you. So we heard Hakan said 3 to 7 is better, but you know. Come on, man. That's why. I don't know why that was on. Yeah, now we're in sync again. Euro Texan. You lived in 95. Tell you, bacon's good for you. Now you can say you read it and you heard it on YouTube. Hello, Pavel. I'm starting my APU.
Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
We shall get there.
Skymatix VA Flight, push to start.
Yeah, I'm almost ready to go.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Alright, got everyone strapped in. This is a ring if you need anything.
Ground to cockpit, hose driving up.
Let's see how this thing goes.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Peter, Linda might interfere with the test, so that's why she's not here. Yes, departing the fix, all well. Hope you're well, okay, and okay too.
So connected, flight path pins inserted, release parking brake. Starting pushback to my start engines.
Chronic, There's nothing preventing you from testing anyway and giving your reports on the forum. You know, you're most welcome to do that. Absolutely, 100%. For the people joining late, I did mention this in the beginning. This is the new beta pushback, the one that was released today for Explain 12. And it's the first one in Explain 12 that does not crash me to desktop from this particular developer. Okay, so you scroll up to the top, you'll see there is a link for it. You can just go follow the link here in the chat and then grab it yourself, but it seems to be working nice. I've also added the sound pack, the old sound pack, and it works fine. As you can hear, it's not the default sound that's playing when the guy speaks, so highly recommend it. I think it works really nicely, and it was not difficult to install anyway. Just, you know, the plugins install and explain, you know, just extract them, drag and drop into resources plugins. Jose, it's the AMD graphics. There's nothing I can do about the AMD graphics and the pixelation, unfortunately. In fact, I'm using Intel, the Intel engine, to try and render it to minimize the pixelation. Guys, be careful, don't press your buttons here. And yeah, there's nothing much I can do. When you zoom in, it's better, but also then what happens is as I move around, obviously there is some pixels. One day when I'm big, I'll get the NVIDIA graphics card again. I made it dance. I don't know what you mean by dancing around. I literally made it push me all the way there from gate number 10, zigzag, zigzag, all the way here. I thought it was pretty marvelous.
Disco.
Yes, that too.
Disconnecting towers, stand by.
Yep. Yes, it's the new beta pushback. So just scroll up in the comments and then you'll see the link to it. It's on the org. Org.
What is happening, Nico?
I don't know. Somebody's going to get removed from the channel quick.
We'll see you next time. Have a good flight.
Just tell me who's bleeding into the audio here. We'll move them out. It sounds like it, Christer. I've just said that they must tell me who it is. We can move the person out to another room because it is painful. Yes, Jose. What's up? Yeah, somebody was screaming, yeah, that's all. It's not the end of the world, eh? Wellington traffic Skymatix 001, taxi holding point for runway 34.
Sending Nico.
Okay. Jero Texan, apparently not. I spoke to Zibo about the radar. Apparently it, and pardon me for being ignorant on the subject, but he made it sound like you get that only when you use the preset weather. Okay, so I haven't played around with the preset weather again, but I was using preset weather at that time, and he said to me, yeah, I need to use preset weather, you know, manually configured preset weather more, then I will see the radar more. But I don't. I fly with real weather always, you know, so no problem, Frank, no problem. So anyway, at the end of the day, it's not new. That's what Zibo said. It's old. You know, if I had used preset weather more, I would have seen it already.
Skymatix 047, following copy the aircraft to holding point 34.
Yeah, I think if they can make it so that we can have it in real weather, it would be really cool. What would be really cool is if one of these weather providers actually build us proper data revs and things, and we can actually get a functioning weather radar, not just a smoke and mirror one, you know, something that can actually show you tops and bottoms and water levels and things like that. You know, if we can get something like that going with one of these weather providers, man, that'll be cool.
On runway 34.
Yeah, the brightness is overbearing. I mean, it hides the magenta line immediately, but the difference between using the preset in full color mode versus this thing they give you when you use real weather, it's just green. I mean, it's you can't see where the red is. It doesn't show you those things. It's just weird. Anyway, let's go. You ready, Uncle John?
I am, sir. Just give me a toga.
Toga? Yeah, look, when it's intense like that, Chronic, also I switch it off. There's no point in having it. It just obscures everything.
Puta madre que lo parió. Perdí ahí no...
Ah. We found the leak. Let me just get in there. Sam, if you want to listen here, you need to stay on push to talk, and you must not let your voice bleed through, please. Or the TV or whatever it is that's bleeding through.
We are flying in New Zealand. Minimum separation time is 30 minutes on control.
Yeah, that's not fun. Sam, if you hear me, because I see you've muted completely now, I've got you on server mute. Next time it bleeds through, I'm going to mute you on the server. You can sit and you can listen, but you won't be able to broadcast anything.
Hello, Nico.
Happy New Year.
Hello, hello. How are you, Nishant? You can join the server, but the rule's simple. Stick to what we're talking about. We don't talk about the other stuff. The stream comes first, otherwise you get removed. It's easy as that, and you have to be on push to talk.
Oh, hi, Nico.
Hello. Happy New Year to you
Happy
too.
New- Thank you. It was my birthday as well.
Ah, all right. Oh, happy birthday too.
Thank you. So what's up? I see lots of changes to the Zibo.
Yep. It's getting better and better and better.
Oh, nice. I might have to put in a medium haul with it. So.
Yeah.
Barry?
All right, he's muted. He ain't coming back. If he comes back.
Nico, one question. I have have one one question.
Yeah.
Regarding VNAV.
Yeah.
So VNAV manages your speed in cruise as well in the Boeings.
Yep.
Okay.
The speed in the climb and the cruise and the descent. Everything's been there.
So it's similar to the Airbus's manage mode.
Yes. Yeah. Don't worry about him. He's muted. So even if he comes back, he can't talk until one of the moderators unmutes him. He's muted.
Who broke the rule this time?
I don't know. Some user by the name of Sam. Don't know him. Yeah, no, he's muted Krister completely.
He's muted until end of life.
No, well, if he comes and apologizes, we can unmute him. It's not a problem. But then he needs to learn to keep to the rules.
What happened now? So where are we flying today, Nico?
We're doing Wellington to Auckland in New Zealand.
What?
Look in my planned flights above us here, you'll see. The whole flight plan is there.
Are we doing that event?
No, I'm not even moving. Yeah, Steve
Night
is...
shift.
Sorry, Nishant. Steve is obviously new here, but he'll learn quick enough.
Because there was an event out of NZWN just a while back. Nice scenery though you have. Do you use AutoOrtho by any chance, Nico?
Yep, I do.
What is happening, Nico?
There's another new member that has only just joined the Discord. He's been muted.
We don't have patience for something like that, unfortunately. just saw your comment there about the channel success equals idiot influx. Yeah, it happens. But our fingers are fast on the draw. You know what's funny? We've seen it many, many times, especially the young ones that never learned about respect. You know, they're not socially adapted yet, and life still needs to knock them a little bit. Especially the youngsters, they come in here and they think they're funny and all these things. They last like 3-4 days, then they can't, never see them again. Because we just don't allow it. Hello Marius, welcome. Exactly. No, Mike Tyson said an interesting thing a long time ago. He said that social media has made people very brave, you know, and he had a whole story about it. And at the end of the day, I think 99% of all these keyboard warriors will not, in their wildest dreams, try and do things and say things in our presence, you know. And because they know they'll get a smack, they'll definitely get a bloody nose or something. But you know, on the internet they think they're invincible. Very strange people. Hello Jacob. No, nothing much to report at this time. We're literally just running it. We want to see what happens. So we're not looking at anything specific really. We just want to see what happens during a normal flight. Zibo's watching, he'll watch it later. He'll do the analyzing and the fixing and those kind of things, you know. So I'm not here. I'm not worried. I'm just here doing my job.
So can you explain me how to set up VNAV? Any like 787, 737? Will it be different? FMCs?
I don't know the 787, so I don't know. What you'll have
What
to
about
do,
73?
Nishant, what you need to do is go to the training video room here in Discord at the bottom. Scroll up, it's like 2 or 3 posts up. You'll see my video about the PMDG and the Zibo mod, okay? That takes you from flight planning straight through the flight from cold and dark until you land and switch off at the other side. It does both of them in one video. So you'll see
Okay, sure.
exactly how it works.
Okay.
Jacob, there's a new bit of a flight model code in here, some airfoil changes and things, so it should fly a little bit different. I did not ask for specifics what exactly it is that changed, okay, and I haven't spoken to Twkster to find out exactly, okay, but basically Twkster worked on some of the airfoils and some of the airfoils have now been replaced. Then if you look at the changelog pin there in the top of your chat, you will see that Zibo worked on the descent after the top of descent. Mac?
He just joined as well.
It's the same guy. He's creating the profiles over and over and over again. Anyway, so spam account ban. Bye bye. He's banned. And so if the security technology is good as they claim it is, he should be banned on all his accounts now, because they check who's linked and who's not linked. So hopefully it's gone.
Oh, this place is wonderful. Exactly wonderful.
Hello Thunder and welcome, nice to see you.
So when are we getting the 737 Maxes?
No, I don't know, no idea.
Everyone is expecting Zibo to do that, as per the forums.
Yeah, I know everybody's saying that, but I don't think it's going to happen in a while.
Okay. Because it's a fairly new aircraft and we don't have data on it?
No, we've got the data as far as I know. We almost had it once, but that's a different story. I'll tell you offline. Let me quickly go to the stream again. Blondie Hammett, I am from South Africa. I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. That's where this weird accent comes from. I'm glad you like it. Nice to have you on stream. Hope to see you again. No, Chronic, it's probably one of these youngsters sitting in his parents' basement that thinks he's funny. So anyway, like I said, the technology, according to what I've read on Discord, once you ban one account, it should look for the others, you know, so similar ones will be banned. We'll just keep on banning them. We don't need them on our server. Okay, Thunder, no, that's cool. You just keep watching. We'll help you when you come back. You know how it works. You just take the latest fix, drop it in what you had. It's still the same base, so there shouldn't be any issues, and then you just get going. There you go, Steve.
By the way, Dan21 says, bro, that ain't me. 2 different people.
All right, okay. Just keep your eye on it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Jacob, just remember you've got Brunner hardware, eh? Us other guys don't have Brunner hardware, so for me, I don't feel the same. You know, that'll be up to you and Zibo when you chat about it, how he's going to tweak it finally, but just remember the difference.
I really like the darker version of this livery. Wait, is it morning already in New Zealand, Nico?
Yeah, this is real time.
Okay, Nico, I'll see you around. I have to do some testing on the 787 add-on. See ya.
Bye-bye.
It's time to go from me. I wish you a wonderful night. Have a good night, all.
Thank you, Hakan. Speak later. Yes, we're a bit heavy. We'll land softly. It doesn't count too much. Hey, Terror. No, you're right. It never really stops. Sometimes it's just more interesting than other times. 1099 148. Perfect. Hey. And 231. Hey, UBP. I don't know, I'll have to see yours, UVP, because in my one it does stop me, it does bring down my speed, so I'm not sure. It's supposed to, obviously. Yeah, we'll have a look now, Tero. The other thing we need to keep an eye on, please, is the localizer. In the level up, I flew it a couple of times now. I said to Zibo this morning, in the 700 specifically, more than the 800, it's like it's hunting that localizer. It's like swaying, rolling. It's not latched on proper. So we want to see if it's this code, you know, Zibo related or what it could be. So another thing, that's why I'm also doing this test flight with Zibo, so we can compare and see where we need to look at. Morning, Andrew. Afternoon, evening. Question T. No, the landing weight I get from here I'll show you. If you go to your INET reference page, that is what we are currently weighing. Okay, that's the gross weight of the aircraft. Now, when you look at the progress page, you see we are expecting to have 4.5 ton of fuel in the tanks when we land, but we currently have 5.1. So the difference, 5.1 minus 4.5, is then what we subtract from here. Okay, so it's 600, which means 66.7. See, that's how I get to my values. That's how it works. In the OFP, in some brief, there is a estimated, calculated landing weight. They've got it, I'll show you. There you go. You see there, your landing weight is estimated to be 66.4. Right, so it's like 300 kilograms less estimated than what the actual is. The aircraft didn't burn the other 300. Now the landing restriction, or the max weight landing, is supposed to be 66.3, and you can see we're like 300 kilograms over it. And so it's just one of those things. We'll just try not to break the landing gear off. Hello John, welcome. I'll try land softly. Going to try and keep this view then for the descent. Maybe just a little bit more, just to see the actual throttles a little bit. Remember those little diamonds, that is where my hardware throttle is. Okay, so we should see the rest then as it happens. Andrew, you're welcome. And you must not be shy to ask. While we're sitting here and thinking about this whole story, let's quickly have a look at our landing performance, right? So we're going to take, 23 left. Just get the wind information quickly. So the wind is 140 at 5, 140 at 5. Outside air temperature is 16 and 1019 on the QNH. The landing weight we said was 66.7, right? We're going to do flaps 30 and we have at 5. And there you can see there's our landing performance, right? So we're going to use auto brake 3 because we don't want to take too long to stop, but we can use 2 and we can use 1. So there you've got all the necessary information to help calculate all of this. There's the distance in meters that each different brake setting will give you. That's correct, Texan. Yeah, we try and teach the guys. If you watch my training videos, you'll see we teach them slightly different to what the real pilots fly, and then, you know, the simmers can adapt themselves later on a little bit. But we try and get all of this that I just did. We try and do it like from 100 nautical miles before top of descent, so that the guys don't run out of time, you know. And I haven't done fixed rings in a while. I don't know if you guys want to see the fixed rings. Let's look at the fixed rings. So what we're going to do is we're going to, again, I'm sorry, wrong button. I teach the guys to use the final approach fix. So we use that one, ARETI. I'm going to put that in memory, then I'm going to go to the fixes. And then we're going to go 7 nautical miles, and 5 nautical miles, and 3 nautical miles. Right, so the idea is when we get to 7 nautical miles, that's flaps 1. 5 nautical miles, we are going to go, now I need to remember myself, so it's 1, flaps 5, yes, then flaps, when we get to the 3 nautical miles, so that's flaps 1, flaps 5, that's flaps 15 and geared down, okay, and in the last 3 miles, once it's stabilized, you can then, before you reach ARETI, you can then go for flaps 30, which will be your landing flaps. The flaps 1, flaps 5, gear down flaps 15, and then you need to just be in landing configuration when you hit ARETI. If you do it that way, your speed window shouldn't open. So it's one less thing to worry about during the descent, and then also you will have clear indication of where to pull your flaps. You know, it just makes it easier. You'll see as we get closer, those rings are there. Let's just step through it quickly. You'll see them. See, we've got those rings. That's just some of the tricks we use to just teach the guys how to, you know, do the landing efficiently. Alright, sorry, now I had my eyes off the ball for the top of descent. Damn it! Oops. Oh, that wasn't very bright, damn it. Yes, Jacob, that'll be something to behold. We'll see now. Almost there. Yeah, departing the fix, me and Uncle John went a little bit deeper into this whole situation, because after the last video, that one that you're referring to, somebody actually said to me I misunderstood something and I had to go and investigate it. Okay, so we did, and if you want, after this video we can quickly have a chat about it, okay, because it's a significant finding. And I mean, the guy blew me out of the water. Mikma, you know, he just came in and he said, you understand it wrong, you need to understand it better. And it's taken us down a rabbit hole, and the idea is to put something on paper, first of all, and then we can maybe look at a video. So we can quickly chat about it after this video. Again, I'll give you some tips of some of the stuff that we've learned in between, okay, and hopefully that will help you as well. You see the way, Jacob, 66.9, we are a little bit heavy, unfortunately, but even so, I mean, it's brilliantly behaving itself. Here's the 240. Look, it's going slower now. Well, departing the fix, I tell you what, I felt humbled when he told me that, because I thought I knew, you know, and then you have to eat humble pie. And but I'm glad we figured out what we needed to figure out, so now we can give you better information. Tico, Happy New Year to you too.
Have a good landing, sir. I'm watching you.
Alright, cool. Welcome back. Alright, no worries. Jacob, 50 foot up and down is not really much fluctuation. 50 foot's nothing in the air at that speed. If it needs to be tightened up, that's the whole reason we're doing this test flight. Zibo will have a look at it. He'll do what he needs to do, but 50 foot is not that bad. I hear you, but the fluctuation is like 300, 350. The nitrons maybe 400 or 450. So it's still very, very little. It's reducing now anyway.
The other thing is it's a more gradual process now.
Yeah.
It's not erratic.
Yeah. It's busy doing it, Jacob. You can see it's busy lifting the nose to slow down. No, this is much better. We said it at the same time. Much, much better. I better sit upright for this landing now.
Hi, Clover.
Thank you, sir. How was your landing?
Not there yet, sir. I'm behind you.
Oh, yeah, of course. I can't wait in front. Right, we're coming up to the first ring, so we're going to go flaps 1. It's flaps 1. Our anticipation queue is coming in. Hello, Greg. Welcome. Mazo, the rudder is modeled according to the real aircraft. So if I kick the rudder now, you just go flaps 5 quickly. If I kick the rudder, that's what the rudder does. See? It's all modeled according to the real aircraft, so it will work just the same. Right, so the next ring is gear down and flaps 15. Yes, no worries. There you go, there's gear down and flaps 15. And once that's stabilized, we're going to go for flaps 30. And you guys can see the way, if we do it this way, that speed window doesn't open, and for the new guys, then you don't have to worry about managing speed as well. There you go, there's flaps 30. So we will be completely in landing configuration before the nose dips, before that little diamond goes magenta. And the moment it goes magenta, you see it opens the speed window. So you just got to have your timing ready and perfect with your approach button and things like that. So that's it. Jacob, that speed protection thing is built into the Zibo already, so if it goes too slow, it's definitely going to spool up the engines and do a couple of other things as well for you. So, Lord Lordius, hello, welcome. And this thing sits on that localizer like crazy. This was a very nice flight, Mac. Uncle John?
Yeah. It's definitely more stable.
Very.
Paul and I flew 2B last night. Obviously, we didn't have the airflow. This general behavior is, I would have said, an improvement.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
What's the timestamp? 126. The developer of xEnviro wanted to know when this thing happens again. I don't know if you guys saw that. We got like a bit of a wind shift there. And so I can tell him to have a look. Well, unless Zibo has some other tricks up his sleeve, you know, some other plans we are not familiar with at this point in time, I don't see that he cannot release this after the stream. So we'll speak to him and, you know, maybe you can get it. UVP, no. Oh, this is AutoOrtho. AutoOrtho, and I'm using Oceana or whatever you call it for all the AutoGen. Looks nice, eh? Really looks nice.
Approaching 2-3 left.
Hello, Rob. Well, Zibo, it's not a huge crosswind, but it's a 6-knot crosswind, and the aircraft's holding it. This morning, I don't think we had any wind, and the 700 couldn't hold it. So this is impressive compared to that. So
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Come on. Sink the light, go. No, that's the xEnviro stuff, Jacob. The AutoGen is xEnviro. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Uncle John, I'm almost off the runway. I'll tell you now.
I'm extending the car, I'm extending.
Okay. Oh, it's been a while since I've had a nice landing like that. There's your stable approach report, so you guys can score me on it if you want to. was not bad. I love that. Okay, sir, runway is vacated.
That's kind, thank you.
I loved the flare. No, it was really cool. It was absolutely at the right time, right place. It felt magic for me. On my controllers, yeah, I can't be more happy. It's so smooth. This whole thing is so smooth now. It's brilliant.
Getting harder and harder to find a fault.
Yeah. This was brilliant. Yeah, if I turn around, we should see him. How far are you, Uncle John?
Just turning final, sir.
Alright, okay, so it should give me enough time to turn around here quickly.
Skymatix VA Flight, circle established, runway 05 right, ILS.
Ooh, you're coming on the other runway. There, you're coming from the other side. Okay.
It's only 5 knots, Stephen.
Yeah, no, I can see. It's a 5-6 knot crosswind. There's nothing in terms of forward or backwards, so it's fine. Perfect. Ach, you dummy. Go and press the wrong button. I don't believe that. Come on, Grandpa. Time's ticking.
Behave yourself or you get smacked out.
Nah, take it easy. We've got time. Just send Zibo a quick report there.
I'll check the auto throttle alert again, Nico.
Okay. If I were you, I would just disconnect it before landing and get it over with. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, we missed it with like, what was it, 400, 300 kilograms, 300 kilograms. I'm departing the fix. I can't see all the words. This stupid heart is in the place. Someone else will have to say something, and then when yours come up, I'll have to read it. Was that Sim even? Yes. Yeah, Sim even. Welcome, Uncle John. There we go. There he is. Yeah, Sim even had a hell of an issue on my computer for some reason. Some guys said they could get it to work in the beginning. Some others said, nah, it's not worth it. I struggled. I couldn't. I think it was on like version 3 or 4, or I don't know how many versions he's had, that all of a sudden it just started working on my system. And ever since then, I've just been happy. I would seriously consider not even upgrading, even if he brings another fix out now, because of all the issues I had to get this going on my system. You know, we'll see in time, but I'm happy with it. It works. It really works nice.
I'm trying to see where you are, Nico.
Just come to the other side of the runway. Actually do that first. Sorry. Oops, wrong button. There we go. There's a spot right next to me if you want it.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome, departing the fix. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for flying with Uncle John.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah, nice flight, Nico.
I liked it. I've told Zibo as well. It was really nice. The Europa, we just looked at VNAV and it was very, very much more stable than what we know it to be. Okay, so that's the big thing. And then we checked the ILS. It's up to Zibo to give his final opinion on it, but it's much different than the previous version in terms of the descent time. Much different. Very stable. Speed was held very nicely as well. It was just cool.
The erratic changes in VNAV speed's been smoothed out.
Yeah.
There is variation, but
yeah, not like it was.
Yeah. Definite improvement.
Yep. Remember to log your flight if you did it on the VA, sir. Right, okay, so let's just quickly run through this AutoOrtho story. See you next time.
I've had no complaints up to now about the write-up of it.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. One of the guys here just asked a question about it, so I'm just going to verbally just run through one or two things. Right, so this is the AutoOrtho. Okay, so the one thing that I had mistaken about is the scenery install directory, this folder over here. Okay, basically, I think I've asked quite a few people without telling them what I'm about to tell you. Everybody assumed that this is the X-Plane 12 scenery, the custom scenery folder. Huh?
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
If there's anybody in Discord wants to see this, they can't say it because you're not showing it.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, okay. So everybody that I spoke to said to me they believed that this was the custom scenery folder in X-Plane 12. Okay. It turns out it's not. And the way we've been doing it basically is we've been putting the scenery downloads. This is the scenery it refers to. We've been putting that into the custom scenery folder mistakenly because we thought this was supposed to be pointing to the custom scenery folder. Okay, so what then happened was the moment you clicked on a run, this program would go to your X-Plane custom scenery folder and make the normal folders that it requires to use it right next to this supposed folder in the same folder structure. Basically, I mean, it worked, right? But it wasn't really accurate the way we understood it. So the next thing that happened was now that we understood that this scenery install directory, this folder, is not the X-Plane folder, it actually refers to this scenery that you download. It was easy enough for me to go to my big 12 terabyte hard drive, and under my AutoOrtho folder I created a scenery folder. Okay, so if you look at the path, it says there the AutoOrtho scenery, so it goes in there now. So now by doing this, it's removed the scenery, that 118 gigabyte download. It's removed from the actual X-Plane folder structure and the X-Plane drive. It's on a huge 12 terabyte hard drive sitting on the outside, and there you can see your overlays and your orthos as it's downloaded. That scenery there is what we are looking at here. Okay, so that was the first thing that I learned. The second thing I learned was
for a cozier temperature.
When we go into X-Plane 12, forget that guy in the background. When we go into X-Plane 12 and we go to our custom scenery, what happened was in this version 0.7.1, and it could have happened earlier, I don't know, but what we've discovered is there is no more Y-Ortho overlays. Okay? The Y-Ortho overlays folder doesn't exist. Okay, now let me just go back and find that other one for you. I'll show you just to make it easy. Alright, there we have it. So if we go into scenery, there you can see there's the Y-Ortho overlays folder, and there's the Z-Ortho. So this is the tiles, that's the overlays. Now if you guys remember in the old days, we had to have both. And yet, if we come here, it doesn't exist. That Y overlays does not exist. It took me a few minutes, a good few minutes, to understand he's combined it. So when you go into your region, and now let's just backtrack one step, right? So in the scenery folder here, you've got both of them. If you go into this one, you've got all your controller files that gives the paths and the necessary information to the program to run. So what happens is when you click the run button, it creates these folders as shortcuts. It literally creates them as shortcuts. These are your symbolic links pointing to this location, okay, to pick up on all the information. When you close AutoOrtho, it removes the symbolic links and it leaves hard folders with basically nothing inside of it, okay? And then I went hunting for the AutoOrtho overlays. And when you go in here, there it is. You see, it's named differently, but if you go in there, that's your overlays. Those are your tiles, the ZAuto tiles. That's your overlays. And I did not know this. I had to go and look for it, find it. So what he's done in this version is he's literally per region, he's grouped the tiles and the overlays together. So when you click run, it will all read from one single folder location. So you don't need the AutoOrtho overlays. And the funny thing is 9 out of the 10 people I spoke with all had the AutoOrtho overlays from previous installations of AutoOrtho. They were still in their custom scenery. And you can delete it, you don't need it. As long as, obviously this is the prerequisite, as long as your new installation is correct. You can go into any one of the regions.
Asking for a cozier temperature.
Sorry about that, guy. You'll see, that's your Y overlays, that's your Z tiles. And that's it. That is an eye-opening thing. Oh man, go back there. An eye-opening thing. So, coming back, wait. Coming back to the folder structure. Right? So on my 12 terabyte drive, guys, I'm going to look at your comments just now, just bear with me. On the 12 terabyte drive, I've got the actual AutoOrtho program. So when I want to upgrade it, all I do is I download the zip file, I extract it into here, like the Zibo updates, we say overwrite all the files, and immediately your Auto program is updated. There's the cache that it downloads all the little pictures as you fly along. The downloads folder over here, as specified over there, see there's the cache folder, there's the download folder, they all go to here, to these ones. Okay, the downloads, it will download the zip files when you do this download. It downloads, it puts them into downloads, and when it's done extracting and verifying, it will remove them so it doesn't waste space. Okay, it just removes them when it's done. And there you go. So my whole AutoOrtho, the scenery downloads, the cache, the program, everything is now just in one place, and it will then use the symbolic links to run it for me. So my Explain drive is not cluttered or filled up with all of these other things. Right. Let me read your comments. Mamado, good evening. You are wondering how to get airport buildings when we're using. Okay, that comes with the layering. I'll show you the layering just now. Right? So in your Explain custom scenery folder, you've got scenery packs I and I. You have to learn how to set the scenery layers. So if you're using AutoOrtho or Ortho for XP, they need to be at the bottom. See over here. As long as they are at the bottom, they won't overwrite anything. And then you will see everything that's on top. But the moment they go and sit at the top, it's going to blank out everything else. So that's the first trick. I think the quickest answer for you there. Okay, let me show you something else. Uncle John contacted me and he was really upset. He said to me, Nico, even after we did what we did, I lost some of these folders. They're not showing up. They are not in my scenery pack. I sounds very familiar, hey Piotr? Sounds exactly what you're saying. It only showed 2 of them, the rest were gone. Now, the beauty of installing the whole of AutoOrtho outside of X-Plane, okay, means that you can literally close this program, close the AutoOrtho, go and delete those folders, run AutoOrtho again. It puts all the folders back in place for you the way it should be. You can then start up X-Plane, go to the first screen, exit X-Plane, go to your scenery INI, and they will be back. You see, if you do it this way, if you install it this way, that like I've got it here, you can literally delete these folders. It's not going to have any impact on X-Plane. You don't have to reload or download anything. The moment you click the run button here, it's going to put them, all those folders back in place, and your X-Plane will pick them up again. So that was how we fixed Uncle John, literally the day after he made that post about him and me solving it. It's just a question of deleting those little folders. It will replace it for you.
And tell them why I was losing them with all the boxes open at the top in Explorer.
Oh, that was in Notepad. It was in Notepad. Let me see if I can open this thing for you in Notepad. Give me a second. In Windows 11. Wait.
No, it was in Explorer, Nico.
I'm going to show you now. Wait. I'm going to show you. See, in the new Notepad, you're watching Uncle John. I clicked on it. What happens is they changed the way Notepad works, and what happened was Uncle John opened the file and then he would close it at the top. Okay, the next time he goes and open with Notepad, he would now have double scenery packs. So in one he would fix it up and he would then close it, but the other one, it's like hanging. So it created doubles and triples and it made funny stuff. Okay, and I've showed him you've got to clear it by clicking the X. Okay, if you click the X, you get the same treatment, but then it removes them from the list. Okay, so me personally, I use this Note++. So when I'm done, I just click the button and it goes, you know. But anyway, that's something you guys just have to learn. Michael, nice to see you on the stream, sir. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Michael, it explains a lot. I tell you, when me and Uncle John sat here and we went through all of the detail and we looked at, you know, what we were facing, it was eye-opener upon eye-opener upon eye-opener. So, in your custom scenery, all you're going to have in the latest version is just those shortcuts. Very simple. Michael, I think all of us had the thought that we had bad installs. And in my case, because I thought this was the X-Plane custom scenery folder, you know, when I moved my X-Plane or deleted my X-Plane and did the reinstall, I had to reinstall AutoOrtho again. So let me tell you the other benefit, okay? I've got two X-Planes. I've got a beta X-Plane and I've got a normal X-Plane there, okay? So if I go back far enough, I'll show you. There's my beta. So that's a totally different version. And that is my production model. All right. Now, if I want to swap over and I want to throw this thing now to the other one, all I have to do is change this one line. And it will then create the shortcuts for me in my second installation of X-Plane. I just point this to the beta folder. Okay, so again, I don't have to re-download anything. This thing simply creates little links to that thing and it reads it off the link. So it's brilliant. It's just so much easier doing it this way. But you know, we don't know these things until we start dissecting the thing. There's one more thing. Remind me, guys, to talk about Token and WinFSP when we're done here. Okay, I just want to mention something else to you guys. UVP is a free plugin. Yes, it's a free thing. You can get it for free. Okay, and then, I mean, you saw what it did for me. It's marvelous, the kind of coverage it gives worldwide, you know, to give you the orthos. Yes, it can cause. Rabiga, let me show you what it does. That's a very important question that you asked there. When we look at the scenery INI file, let me get to it quickly again. I want to show you something. Custom scenery packs INI. Okay. So what happens is when you have SAM installed in X-Plane, you've got an option. You can find it in your settings, in the SAM settings. You'll see it's set to automatically added by SAM. The library is automatically added by SAM. The moment you have that active, it screws up completely your scenery pack INI, because every second or third flight it's going to write itself at the top, and it's going to totally confuse the rest. Oh, this is a backup of mine. It's going to confuse the rest of your orthos. It's just going to mess it up. Okay, so what we want, this comes from the beta, that's why, sorry. So what you don't want is, you do not want SAM to add them automatically. You want to select it manually added by user, and let me go grab the other correct one. Then you'll see where it puts it. You'll see it inscribes it once in the INI file, and then it doesn't scramble your INI file again, which is exactly what we're looking at. It took us a while. A couple of guys came up with a grand idea, and they said, let's make the INI file read-only, because that was the only way they could keep SAM from rewriting it. Okay, but that's not a good idea, because effectively you screw the rest of society then. So here you can see, look, there's the SAM. It's obviously added. I use X Organizer, so it's added it for me once, and it's not going to refresh and change my order again. My order will now stay the same, but as long as SAM is set to automatic, it will scramble the order continuously. And that was the trick. That is something else we needed to learn, to understand that SAM was doing that and basically being counterproductive. Okay. Then let's see. Another great reason to use symbolic links. Absolutely. Exactly, Michael. You got it. You got it. Yeah, I'm glad to see you on my stream, man. It's been a while. Nice to have you. Jacob, what do you mean tabs? Sorry. You obviously mentioned that when I said something, and now, oh, you're talking about the tabs maybe at the top, the tabs here at the top of the note editors. Those tabs created havoc. Yeah, notepad tabs. The new notepad in Windows 11 comes with this weird feature. You can have multiple files open. I'll show you. Look, I'm opening and opening and opening. One after another. Open with next one. Open with notepad. So what happens is, if you do not pay attention to the ones at the top, if you make changes, you didn't save it, and later on you go and you click it, and it asks you, do you want to save it? I mean, you might or you might not register it's the wrong file, and you say save, and then it overwrites all the good work that you did. So the idea is just to click the X's and get them out of there. Could you leave your scenery packs INI model in the description? I can probably do something like that. Let's do this. Scenery pack INI copy. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay. If you look in the description below the video, you will find a link to my private hangar, my Google Drive private hangar. Okay, I'm going to put it in there. And I'm going to put it in X-Plane 12 folder, and I'm going to create a folder, and I'm going to call it Scenery INI. Okay, so this is my sample. I'm going to put it in there. Copy. Right, so again, You're going to go to my private hangar. It's going to present you with a bunch of folders. Go to Explain 12, then into Scenery I&I folder, and there you will see my Scenery Pack I&I as I have it here. It's this one that I copied for you, so it's got the exact layout. Okay, can I give you another tip quickly? But for that we need to close Explain. Just quit Explain quickly. Right, let's just close all this. Okay, here's a better tip. Okay, so instead of learning that, you're going to spend a couple of dollars, right? But here's my answer. I use xOrganizer. I'm going to show you now. Okay, so Piotr, it sounds like you got it working. Yeah, that's why I don't use the Notepad in 11. I use Note++. Okay, because you should save. Exactly, Frank. Right, so this is what I use. Let me actually go to this picture. Okay, this is what I use. This is xOrganizer. xOrganizer sets everything for me, my priorities and everything. So I don't go into my Scenery Pack I&I and manually copy and paste and drag and drop. Okay, I don't do this. This file is created for me with xOrganizer. So it's going to cost you maybe 10 or 20 bucks. I don't know what it goes for nowadays. But this is probably one of the best investments you will ever have, because there you can see it's put Sam right at the top. Okay, don't know why. That's the way it is. And there you can see there's all my AutoOrthos. All right, so I don't have to worry about things overwriting each other. It takes a day or two to learn this thing, you know, to make sure that you get it in the right place. But once it's set, it's set. You know, and then there's all the authors at the bottom. And the way it's set up, you see there's scenery on. Those green ones means when it says on, it means it will save those things when you close. So there's two ways of doing it. I can click Start Explain with that button, and it will close it and save it on the way starting Explain. Or I just close it there and I go and open Explain myself. Now, you see here, now I can't show you. Aww. Wait, I'm going to do it again. Okay, I want to show you this. Keep an eye on that text file. I'm just starting xOrganizer again, just to prove the point, right? So there it is. Now we're going to exit. And there, you see my notepad immediately detected that it's saved, and I can now choose to read the latest version. So I just reloaded, and now I know I'm on the latest version in my notepad as well. So that's another trick. And just want to quickly show you something else on the way out here, custom scenery. So remember the way it works now. When it's active, when it says running, you'll see these are all shortcuts. When we click on the quit button, you're going to see the shortcuts are going to go away, and it's basically going to put little placeholders in there. You see there, look, the shortcut's gone away. And you'll see, look, next one. As it unmounts them, the shortcut goes away. And the reason the developer did this is to prevent xOrganizer, or more precisely the Explain, from rewriting the scenery pack I&I. Okay, so if I forget to start my AutoOrtho now, it's not a problem. In the old days, it was a problem. It used to crash out and all kinds of other stuff, right? But now with these placeholders, there's absolutely nothing of value in them, but they're little placeholders. Both xOrganizer and Explain will run as normal without crashing to desktop and doing anything funny, changing the scenery pack I&I, because these things are in place. You see, so that's another bonus of the way he's doing it now. This guy is actually very clever. You know, it's just the documentation, I think, can really do with a bit of an upgrade.
Stating the obvious.
Yeah.
If you do it the way Nico just said, when you fire up, you've got no AutoOrthos executed.
Yes.
You just got X-plane running.
Yeah, yeah. So then you see the normal X-plane ground and everything. So yeah, guys, I hope this sheds a little bit more light on the subject. I hope it helps you guys. Oh, I want to talk about DOCAN versus WinFSP. Okay, so I did a lot of reading up on this, and I've looked through many different places on different platforms where people were discussing it. Okay, and I think the basic principle is this: DOCAN is the preferred file proxy provider, but in Windows 11 specifically, it seems that DOCAN picks up issues from time to time. Okay, now I went a little bit deeper. It's got something to do with some other certificate that Microsoft has to issue to make it a valid program or to prevent it from being seen as a virus or something. I don't know. It was above my pay grade. But there's this security certificate that's issued by Microsoft. And in DOCAN, they actually, on one of their pages, they said this thing is only valid for like 3 years. Then they have to apply for it again, and they hope they'll get it again. And, it's all this ifs, ands, or buts. So what I've also picked up is the vast majority of users, especially the Windows 11 guys, have got a far better result, less hassle, if they use WinFSP instead of DOCAN. Then what I also picked up is a lot of guys installed DOCAN, but they never removed WinFSP, or they installed WinFSP without removing DOCAN. You know what I mean? Sorry if I'm talking gibberish now, but it's getting late. I'm getting tired. So they have both installed, in other words. The moment you have both installed, DOCAN and WinFSP, the program, this AutoOrtho, will always default to try and use DOCAN, no matter what you do, unless you go and you edit the INI file. Let me go find that INI file. Let me just show you that as well. So under your user profile, you get the AutoOrtho hidden file, basically. So you need to go and find this, okay? If you have both DOCAN and WinFSP, you have to come in here and you have to force it to use WinFSP. Now, I'm trying to find it quickly. Prefer WinFSP. You see there at the bottom? You have to make that true. Otherwise, no matter what your good intention is, it will always fail on DOCAN. And what we have seen here with some of the guys here is DOCAN does not like to be uninstalled for some reason. And I don't know why. I don't know if Steve Meyer got it working at all, ever, to get it to uninstall. Uncle John, in his case, we formatted his hard drive at one point in time. He had to reload everything because of things that just went haywire. I mean, this thing got so confused, it didn't work. So if you guys have DOCAN installed with WinFSP, this is mandatory. You have to set this thing. Otherwise, you're going to be in that loop and you're going to think you've got a broken installation, but it's because by default, this program will always try and use DOCAN first. So you have to remember this one. Prefer WinFSP needs to be set to true. Okay, so if you have the problem with DOCAN not uninstalling, but preferably don't install the DOCAN. That's the bottom line. Now, I must be honest with you, I've not heard of a single guy that has had problems with WinFSP. There might be people like that, so don't use this as gospel that I said. Even the developer said try both, but remember the rule. Okay. You see, the vast majority, Piotr, the guy said, when Windows 11, use WinFSP. Andrew, I'll include something for you here. We'll make a little index, okay, just so that you guys can remember. But that's it. That is what we've learned, and it's opened our eyes. It's changed the way we think. It's changed the way we install this thing all of a sudden. And it's now not so much of a biggie to get it going. But from my last AutoOrtho video that I made and this one, it was a hell of a struggle to figure all of these things out, man. It just wasn't easy. So I'm glad we did eventually. So it's done now.
You did an amazing job. I don't know how you actually feel it all out, because it's way beyond me.
He's clever. He could make a career in IT, John.
You would think so, wouldn't you, Mac?
Yeah.
I'll have a chat with him, see if I can get him to go down that route, I think.
Rabiga,
Is there any money in it, though, John?
I don't know.
No idea, Mac.
Give me a second, guys. Rabiga, I just spent the last 2 minutes explaining exactly your answer. So just rewind the last 2 minutes and go watch it. It's very important that you do not have both. And if you have both, you need to go set that INI file proper.
You did a good explanation there, Nico.
Yeah.
Couldn't fault.
Yeah.
See?
Yep. Well covered.
There you go, Frank and Toby. Thank you, guys. So there's not much more we can do except to write a little PDF and distribute it to you guys, or maybe make another video, you know. But this is gold, what we've just shared with you. This sorted so many people out now. So I'm glad I can help. Any other questions? Sorry I interrupted you guys. Okay. Well, that's about it then. And we can go home, rest. You guys must have fun. We'll probably stream again tomorrow evening. I'm back at work, so, you know, I do what I can when I can. Okay.
Okay. Cheers, Nico. Great stream.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Michael. Bye, everyone. I've sent him a message. We'll see what he does, VP. Toby, I'll send you my bank account. We'll talk about that retirement. We'll just have to agree on the figure, okay? Cheers, man.